Everyone, thanks so much for joining us here at 4 o'clock. I'm First Begum.
And I'm Lydia Colbita. Some strong and potentially dangerous storms are moving through our area.
I want to get right over to Chief Meteorologist Steve Caporizzo for a look at the storm tracker forecast and what's happening right now. Cap.
All right, ladies, we have a violent storm. A tornado warning is in effect for the far western parts of our viewing audience. Let's go right to the radar. It includes Herkimer, southwest Hamilton, and western Fulton counties. You can see it flashing here. We've already had reports of a destructive tornado around Rome. That storm is heading up into Herkimer County. Potentially winds in this line, Rob, what do we get? 75, right?
75 to 80 mile an hour winds.
75 to 80 mile per hour straight line winds with this storm. The tornado warning is in effect until 4:45. Let's go deeper into the storm, get a real close-up view so you guys know exactly where you are around Salisbury, Curtis, Norway, Middleville. That's in Herkimer County, just to the west of Stratford, in Oppenheim, in Fulton County. Now you see these two cylinders. Let's go to the storm relative velocities. This is part of that tornado that came through Rome. The Rome airport had a wind gust of 80 miles per hour. There is tremendous rotation in Herkimer County. So these cylinders, let me turn the lightning off for you, indicate rotation. In the town of Ohio, just to the north of Blue Hill, this is tracking up towards Nobleboro and Hoffmeister. If you're in the path of this storm, you should be taking shelter immediately. Rob, if I'm not mistaken now, we have a destructive thunderstorm south of that for the city of Herkimer.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got wind gusts with that, perhaps up to around 80 miles per hour. And actually, just coming in from the Storm Prediction Center, they are continuing to highlight our area with a localized corridor of enhanced tornado potential in the center of this convective line, where low-level convective rotation is concentrated in a very favorable environment here over the next couple of hours. Outside of this line, wind gusts 65, 70 miles per hour will be possible over the next couple of hours. So they are continuing to watch our area as this is going to be moving through Saratoga region, Capital region, and eventually into western Vermont over the next couple of hours.
Yeah, Rob, what I did here is I highlighted kind of the area right now, as you were talking from the Storm Prediction Center, of most concern as this moves east-northeastward. So you can see basically much of the Mohawk Valley, Amsterdam, Gloversville, you got to be on the lookout, Saratoga to Lake George, and back over the Adirondacks. It's the northern half of this line that potentially is the strongest, number one. Number two, the best shear, which is creating the rotation and the possibility of tornadoes. And we've had, again, some confirmation. Rob, I don't know if you can call up that image outside of Rome when we had the debris cloud. I know we saved that image. We actually could watch that storm. The storm that we're looking at up in Herkimer County right now. Let me get a real tight shot of this. And that's what it looks like. This is where the rotation is. That's where there's two possible tornadoes, a strong rotation.
That's where it was on box 2. I got it.
Yeah,
right there.
Can we go to box 2? Rob is going to show you. This is the same storm at 3:32, and you can see smack dab under that. Rob and I were looking at this. We have not seen a debris cloud this defined before, Rob.
No,
so
I mean, this was well defined, and then you go and you look at the storm relative velocities, the very, very tight couplet with that particular storm, and it was observed on the ground. That's why that box there is flashing purple. So this is basically the same complex of thunderstorms that is now moving into the western Mohawk Valley. So we need to take everything seriously coming in from the Weather Service.
Yeah, that was at 3:32, Rob. Thanks. Let's go back to the box 1, 404. Let's show you the rotation. So we have the storm, two possible tornadoes. We have rotation this way, away from the radar, inbound here near the town of Ohio, and just to the north of Blue Hill. And again, this is in Herkimer County. Strong rotation like this. It's tracking in the general direction. You should be taking shelter immediately. Nobleboro, Hoffmeister, and as you can see, the part of this severe storm, or at least the most violent part, may clip northwest Fulton County from Knappville and then up into southern Hamilton County around Avery's Place. Regardless of whether you get hit by a tornado, Rob, there's a tremendous amount of wind with this system. Let me get a real close-up view. That wind, basically right now, the leading edge of that wind is just getting into western Fulton County. Let me go to the base velocities. There it is. And
wind can cause just as much damage as a tornado. I know that's a fairly common misconception. You don't need a tornado to cause significant wind damage.
In fact, Rob, you're exactly right. A lot of times you get more damage from straight line winds. These are some of the estimated wind speeds.
There's actually a gust at the Herkimer Mesonet site right now at 53 miles per hour.
All right, that makes sense with what we're seeing here. Herkimer is right here. Let me clear this off for you. Let me switch back over to the radar. That is that potentially destructive storm that's moving into through southern Hamilton County. So we have a tornado warning coming out of Herkimer County into western Fulton County. We have a dangerous severe thunderstorm warning, which is different than a normal severe thunderstorm warning, moving right down along the New York State Thruway, right around exit 28. This storm is heading towards western Montgomery County. So those of you in Fort Plain, Canajoharie, be on the lookout, be prepared for this storm. And this line extends all the way down to Cooperstown, Otsego, Oneonta. So we have severe weather as well moving into Otsego County until 5 p.m. and Delaware County until 5 p.m. So basically it's this whole line that you're seeing with the worst of the storm and potentially the most destructive and dangerous part of the storm just to the north of Fulton County. By the way, Rob, I think we have a new...
Yeah, I'd be looking right around Stratford.
All right, let's switch over to the storm relative velocities. Yes, there it is. So we were talking about western Fulton County. There's the cylinder. We'll turn it sideways for you. Stratford to Knappville. Stratford to Knappville. Strong rotation. And we'll even get a little tighter on this for you. There it is. So what we have going on here is the winds blowing inbound towards the Albany radar, and outbound here. Very tightly packed, Rob, likely at least a funnel cloud, potentially based on radar. I think we're looking at a possible tornado with that system.
Possible tornado, and also, I mean, the shear with this is unbelievable. It's saying 80 miles an hour, so I would say even if there's not a funnel cloud or a tornado right now, likely dealing with some very, very strong damaging winds from Stratford to Knappville, like Cap just mentioned, and perhaps even approaching Oppenheim and Stewart Landing shortly.
Yeah, again, we're pointing out two small areas, but this line extends all the way down to Richfield. So you're getting down into Otsego County, just west of Cherry Valley. So it's this whole line. The one that has the most history of doing damage is what you see up here in Herkimer County, obviously. We've had, again, a lot of reports of damage in Oneida County. Tornado likely doing damage around Rome, 80-mile-per-hour winds.
55-mile-per-hour gust at Coldbrook right now.
In Coldbrook, and that's in, I believe that's in Herkimer?
Yep.
So, again, we're getting all kinds of confirmation of damaging winds right now. Put the track on this storm that's over Stratford. So this is the one that has the greatest rotation right now. The track of it would take it up towards Knappville at 412. So basically now, you should be taking shelter now from this system. Avery's Place at 421, Arietta 421, so we're getting up into southern Hamilton County. Shaker Place at 425, Higgins Bay at 431, Paseco at 435. If you have any friends that are out on Paseco Lake, Get them to shore right now. They should be inshore, at shore now. Get them off the lakes up there as this storm is heading towards Piseco Lake. I'm sure you can hear it and you can see it. This storm now moving into western Fulton and western portions of Hamilton County. If you know people out on Caroga Lake or the Great Sacandaga Lake, call them up. If they're not watching the radar, tell them to get to shore now while they have time. These storms are moving at a pretty good clip, and they have winds out in advance of them. So if you know anybody boating in the Adirondacks or the southern Adirondacks, they should be coming to shore right now, Rob, as we know these storms have a history as it moved through central New York of doing a lot of damage. And I know you're looking at some of the damage reports, Rob.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some right now. So here's some of the newer ones from Sylvan Beach in Oneida County. Trees and wires down, blocking the road. Rome, destruction of a church steeple, and it says it was ripped off of the church roof. So definitely some very, very strong winds in that area. And of course, we got the confirmed wind gust at the Griffiths Airfield in Rome of 80 miles per hour as these storms moved on through.
Yeah, and I saw, Rob, when you were talking about the church steeple, I noticed they also mentioned a grocery store in Rome had a roof ripped off.
Yes.
So you know that's a fairly large, sturdy structure, more than likely, and lost its roof. So that's the kind of storm that we're talking about that's moving up now through Herkimer County, western Hamilton, western Fulton counties. That's the dangerous storm. Just want to quickly update what's going on in Herkimer County. Severe thunderstorm warning. This is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning until 4:15. Whenever you see a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, that's when you worry about winds 75, 80 miles per hour. So potentially they do more damage than a normal severe thunderstorm. The track of the rotating storm near Stratford, and again, you should be taking shelter, western Fulton, southern portions of Hamilton County. The track of this storm, once again, right over Knappville now, Polly's Place at 422, and notice Higgins Bay at 434, Piseco Lake 438. This is the most intense part of the storm that's heading up in that general direction, and we've seen this storm maintain its intensity basically, Rob, now for about an hour and a half to 2 hours as it came out of Syracuse.
Yeah, if not even flared in intensity over the last half hour and 45 minutes or so. And the other side of the coin, too, I mean, there's a significant amount of lightning with these storms, too, Cap. We don't want to downplay that either. We're looking at 700 lightning strikes, basically, over the last 15 minutes. So, obviously, big wind producers possibly producing a tornado, significant rain events as well, so localized flooding. In fact, we're seeing flash flood warnings up into the Tug Hill, and then now we've also got the significant lightning as well. Yeah,
can we go to box 2, Rob? I know you're manning the second radar computer here. Let's take a look at the Barron button, if we could, and if you could kind of highlight some of the what we're seeing here. I think we can actually highlight the rainfall intensity, some of the size of the hail, and some of the shear.
Yeah, some of the rotation here. In fact, around Stratford to Arietta, where you're seeing those little bursts of red in here, the rotation has actually, or the shear, has actually let up just a little bit, at least according to the Barron button. The area that we're still watching pretty closely now is going to be western Hamilton County, just southwest of Hoffmeister, where we could be dealing with shear on the order of 58, 70 miles per hour. So even if there's not rotation, there could be some pretty strong damaging winds in those areas. And then, you know, surprisingly enough, there's really not a whole lot in the way of hail. These are depicting maybe a quarter to a half an inch in diameter, with rainfall rates on the order of an inch to 2 inches of rain per hour. So what we can do here is we can look at the rainfall over the last 3 hours, And you can see this is why we're going to be dealing with some localized flooding issues. I mean, you got 1 to almost 2 inches of rain here in a very short amount of time through southern Herkimer County, and this storm is just not letting up yet.
Yeah, and you know, the ground in a lot of places, Rob,
already saturated from the rain last week.
Yeah, so it's not going to take 3-4 inches to cause flooding. You can come back to me on camera, guys, if you want. You know, it's one of those situations that's extremely dangerous on so many different fronts. Winds, potential of flash flooding, rotating thunderstorms. As Rob mentioned, we're not getting the hail that we saw earlier when the storm was to the west. Not to say there won't be any hail, but there's still the potential of some hail. The main threat here are winds, 75 miles per hour in some locations. Rob is monitoring all the reports coming in. Let's go back to the radar, and if you live around Hoffmeister, if you're in Hamilton County, please take shelter immediately. Southern Hamilton County. There's the rotation, the strongest rotation based on Doppler radar out of Albany is near Hoffmeister, tracking northeastward. So if we zoom out, you can see that's tracking up into southern Hamilton County, and eventually we'll be close to Piseco Lake and continue its track northeastward. So around Piseco, Lake Pleasant, Speculator, this whole complex is heading your way. And Rob, when we look at this, and you and I many times will look at the circulation in a storm, you can actually see the shape of this storm is kind of interesting. You got a bowing out here and kind of rotates back in. So this is I believe this is a huge...
The whole thing, I think.
A huge rotating complex. You probably can see the shelf cloud with this. If you're near the Great Sacandaga Lake looking west, I'm sure it looks absolutely ominous. It's one of those storms that's scary to look at, no doubt. It just has that shape to it. Storm relative velocities, and this tells the tale. This is all winds blowing away from the Albany radar site. These are winds blowing in to the radar site. So the end result is a big rotating thunderstorm complex, almost like a supercell that you would see out in the Midwest. So I think that's what you have going on with that cell up over southern Hamilton County and western Fulton County. There are some of the storm reports off to the west.
Some of those do include yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I think we should, let me change that to, I guess we'll change that to 24, Rob. 20,
now they
12 hours.
They did just expand the severe thunderstorm warning for Fulton, Montgomery, Saratoga, and Warren counties until 5:15 this evening, waiting for it to actually populate here. They are doing it for wind gusts to 70 miles per hour, so they still are saying that the damage threat with this is considerable, and a tornado is still possible with this particular storm now as it continues off towards the east, towards the Great Sacandaga.
Yeah, so this is, you can come back on camera, folks. This is that same storm. The concern now is shifting as we go eastward towards Saratoga County. The warning has been expanded off to the east. And again, the real concern right now, those of you Amsterdam to Gloversville, Great Sacandaga Lake, Hamilton County, it's knocking on your door right now. High winds with this. This will be moving into eventually western Saratoga County. Saratoga Springs is kind of right on the edge of this severe thunderstorm. The tornado warning is still in effect for extreme western Fulton County as well. Let's go back to the radar, and you can see that flashing red box here. We still have, that's until 4:45. Rob, I think they're going to end up having to reposition that at some point.
Yeah.
Because it's almost, the best rotation
is almost to the east of that warning now.
Yeah, and here it is. It's just to the north of Arietta, around Avery's Place, Shaker Place.
And there may be even a little bit more up near Hoffmeister. If you look at the SRVs there, Cap.
Yeah, yeah, you can see it right through, right here is where we find the rotation around Hoffmeister, if you want to go back to box 1. So we got rotation there, and we got some pretty strong rotation in here. So we got a couple of areas, Rob, with that whole thing is rotating as it moves up.
And I'm a little concerned about the southern edge of this line, Cap, through the Mohawk Valley as it's moving towards Fort Plain. It looks like maybe there's trying to be a little bit of a rotation signature there just east of Starkville right now.
Yeah, let's go to Rob's radar, box 2.
So, I mean, the same thing here where Cap was...
Yeah, I see that, Rob. I see the little bit of, yeah.
There's nothing there right now as far as suggesting from the National Weather Service that they're going to issue a warning, but it just looks peculiar when you're looking at the radar.
Yeah,
a little bit of an inflow notch there, maybe.
I totally agree. There's something going on the leading edge of that.
Actually, I'm just getting a new tornado warning in.
There it is. It's been expanded to the east, folks. Tornado warning, let's go to box 1. Tornado warning in effect now till 5 p.m. It's been extended east to include the cities of Johnstown, Gloversville, the entire Great Sacandaga Lake area, and heading for western Saratoga County. Tornado warning in effect. If you're in this red box that you see, take shelter immediately. Gloversville, Johnstown, Caroga Lake, Mayfield, Edinburgh, up to Wells, back towards Arietta, as far east as Galway, again, into extreme western Saratoga County. A tornado warning is now in effect. Rob, I know you're on box 2 taking a look at the rotation. Do you see anything in particular?
Nothing that we haven't already discussed, Cap. Basically the same areas of concern that we are watching. Now, from the National Weather Service, there's one of the meteorologists there is mentioning that gusts to 70 miles per hour are possible on the southern portion of the line where that severe thunderstorm warning is, with gusts up to 60 miles per hour possible on the northern side of the line. So it all depends on where you are on exactly what you're seeing right now.
But I mean, basically the whole thing is got high winds on it. There's no doubt about it. Let me switch over to, let's go to box 1, guys, and let's kind of show you. We don't have a lot of hail with this. Rob was mentioning that. We did have hail earlier. I mean, basically what we're looking at here in terms of a potential hail, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Not a lot of hail with this. But it's one of those types of situations, and we were looking at the freezing level today, Rob, up around 11 or 12,000 feet. A lot of times that's not conducive to big hail unless you get this one mega storm, which when it was by Rome, you did get more reports of hail out in parts of Oneida County.
Central New York. I mean, there were reports of ping pong ball sized hail as that storm was kind of moving on through. So you didn't only have the wind to worry about, you also had the hail to worry about as well. Thankfully, we're not having to.
Yeah, and we haven't mentioned this. We all have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect. Let me zoom out. We all have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 9 p.m. That's that pink shaded area that you see. So we're all under the gun, but based on what we see right now, the most severe activity seems to be lining up along and just north of the Mohawk River. Not to say there won't be anything south of that impacting Schenectady and Albany and Schoharie County, but there's no doubt what we're seeing to the north is the strongest of the thunderstorms. Let me take that watch off, put that back on. Just want to make sure that we can see. Let me turn the watch off for you. So that's, Rob, that's kind of what we've been seeing for 2 hours, this whole line kind of chugging its way east-northeastward and really not losing much in the way of intensity.
No, they have not. Like we've mentioned, you know, wind gusts have been the primary concern. There's been the one observed tornado when it moved through Rome, but since then there has not been any observed tornadoes. This is radar indicated with this particular tornado warning that we're continuing to watch.
Yeah, radar indicated means they're seeing rotation, and that kind of a storm does have the potential of producing, of course, a funnel cloud or a tornado, and that's what we're seeing here still, just south of Lake Pleasant, west of Wells, around Higgins Bay, around Pasico Lake. We still have some pretty decent rotation showing up on the radar. Sometimes we look at what we call, and I know you're looking at this too, Rob.
Looks like the most intense portion of this storm is still just east of Stratford now, Bleecker Center maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's, I'll tell you, if you're at the Great Sacandaga Lake right now, get ready, right? This thing's going to be crashing into the Great Sacandaga Lake.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were starting to feel the winds from this.
Yeah,
out ahead of it.
Please, if you know anybody near the lake, make sure they're safe, out of the water, indoors. Definitely not in a boat. That's where you don't want to be. You don't want to be near any water. And we'll be saying the same thing shortly for Saratoga Lake and Lake George. You should also call friends that may be boating or in the water because it's a hot, humid day. Call them now, get them out of the water to safety while they have time as these storms continue to move off to the north and northeast. Boy, that just keeps rotating up there.
Yeah, I'm still concerned near Hoffmeister to Higgins Bay. That's where it looks a little... and this is the Tug Hill radar that I'm looking at, Cap, so this is just giving a little bit of a different perspective, but it's basically showing rotation in almost the same spot. And that's seems to be the tightest and perhaps even the strongest rotation that we can see here with the...
yeah, let's go to box 2, guys.
The storm relative velocity, so...
Rob, you're looking at this. Show people where you're looking at this from. I know you're coming down from a different angle on the storm. So it gives you a little different perspective.
So this is from the Tug Hill Plateau up near Lowville, and you're basically seeing the winds that are going towards the radar and then away from the radar. And they're actually, it's almost like what we call a couplet almost there.
Yeah, that's tight.
That we're seeing with that. That is very tight. And then as I go to the Albany radar, you're seeing it in the same spot.
Right.
Obviously, this is up in elevation. We're looking at about 6,000 feet up, but that's some tight rotation at around 6,000 feet.
Can you go to the storm? Actually, go to the reflectivity from the Tug Hill if you could. Is that what it looks like?
That's the Tug Hill. They both have that little
signature, that hook.
Yes, there's a little hook on there, right between Hoffmeister and Higgins Bay.
Yeah, that's what we call a classic hook that you'd see on a rotating thunderstorm or a tornado. Let's go back to box number 1. So it's a little bit displaced from the rotation, but that is definitely a hook going on here around Higgins Bay, east of Hoffmeister. So those of you in the Pasico Lake area, you should be taking shelter. Lake Pleasant, Speculator. Again, this storm has a history of producing 75-mile-an-hour winds. And again, this storm is getting very close, really, to hitting the Great Sacandaga Lake, the full fury of this storm, moving towards Mayfield and Broad Alban. You guys in Gloversville and Johnstown, you're on the southern flank of the worst part of the storm, but no doubt you're going to feel quite a gust of wind with this. And Rob and I were watching the part of the storm in western Montgomery County. Rob, this is looking a little bit stronger, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've got Sprakers here. I've got Sprakers from the New York State Mesonet on box 2. This is actually looking off towards the north, and you can't really see it very well there, but there's definitely some lowering of the clouds there, maybe a little bit of a wall cloud starting to come into focus here as this storm is slowly moving in from the north and west. So they definitely mean business. You got to take these warnings seriously with some of the reports that we're getting in from the Weather Service.
All right, let me let's show you. I want to show you the base velocity winds, and we're back on box number 1, and you can see. I'm going to highlight This more than likely right here is the gust front. So this is probably the line of really high winds, Rob, as you see that change in direction where the winds shift into the west-northwest from the south and southeast. So this is the strong winds heading from Mayfield, Gloversville, and Johnstown right now. Let's go to the reflectivity. What do you got over there, Rob? Anything?
Still just monitoring the southern flank of the storm, just because there's still just a little bit of peculiarness to it, if you will, right around Fort Plain to Cherry Valley, and there's still some indication that there might be a little bit of rotation. And again, this is a loft. This is about 3,000 feet up, so it's not necessarily right at the ground level, right at the surface, but this is also another area that we're going to be watching and monitoring very closely here over the next hour or so. It does look like, Cap, they did introduce another shear marker to the north, not exactly where we were watching, but up towards Rudiston, Piseco, Higgins Bay. Still pretty tight rotation there.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's been very consistent.
Yes,
that's been consistent for 2 hours. We've watched that that rotation, and it's on the leading edge. It's right where that wind is shifting. We have these tight little couplets. Now, if we zoom in, and I know this is kind of difficult to see a little bit, but it kind of gives you a bird's eye view looking down into that cylinder where there's the greatest rotation. Now, this is elevated at the distance from Albany, so this is not on the ground, but it shows where there's rotation. Very close to Benson, and it's probably tracking towards Benson. And you were right on the money there, Rob, with that Higgins Bay rotation. That was the one that you were watching from that different angle as well, up from the Tug Hill radar. There's a couplet there now starting to show up around Higgins Bay and Piseco Lake. Again, at the distance of the radar, because of where we're located, kind of like halfway between two radars, this tends to be a little bit elevated. From Albany, this is at about 5,000 feet above the ground. We're picking up this cylinder of rotation. Don't forget, the elevation up here is 2,000 to 3,000 feet in some places, so it's close to the ground or just above the ground. Go ahead, Rob.
We are starting to see from our Barron button some better pockets of rotation now, just west of Lake Pleasant, just west of Wells, and just north of Mayfield right now, heading towards Edinburgh. So we don't have the shear markers there, but our Barron button, our in-house Barron button, is showing some decent shear, perhaps close to around 70 mile per hour shear there. So
yeah, that's box 2, guys.
There could be some.
That is considerable, Rob, when you look at it, that shear up there. Lake Pleasant, I'll tell you, I'd be careful around Lake Pleasant and Wells.
And Mayfield. Look at right there, Broad Albin Junction, Mayfield. There's likely some pretty strong rotation up in that area as well.
Yeah, let's take a look. We got a camera in Mayfield. I'm not quite sure what we're going to see here. Can we punch that up, guys? I mean, it doesn't look like much there, but heavy rain, a little bit of wind. It might be just not quite into Mayfield.
Yeah. Looks like it's just to the north and west.
Yeah, it looks like the wind's starting to pick up now. I'm watching the signs to the left. That might be our best gauge. There we go. I mean, there's no doubt there's tremendous rain. I believe we have am I mistaken? We have a camera crew that's up in that area too. They were heading up towards Broad Albin. If you guys could fill me in on where they're located. They were supposed to leave.
Okay.
Okay, weren't they up there earlier? Am I mistaken on that? They were going to leave earlier? Okay. All right, we got crews heading towards Broad Albin, and we have crews heading up towards Saratoga right now. Look at the street lights kind of bouncing around. There's a lot of wind in Mayfield. Let's go back to box number. We're going to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, because this could be
you guys
right
in the back,
over
you guys
Mayfield.
In the control room, you tell me, you punch that up if you see anything. Punch it up, because what we're looking at on the radar, it should be crashing into Mayfield right now as we speak.
Mayfield, and then up towards Lake Pleasant as well. There's another, so it's almost kind of both sides of this large rotating thunderstorm is producing rotation, basically.
Yeah, there it is. I mean, right, this whole thing is rotating. Mayfield is in the leading edge of the strong winds. It might have blown through there. It's just sometimes hard to tell on some of these cameras, Rob. It could be a lot worse 2 miles away from this location, you know, and sometimes it's hard to say.
I am starting to get some damage reports in from the Weather Service, basically from Herkimer County right now. Northwood, 2 trees down with occupied car between them. Herkimer, multiple trees down on Foltz Street. Ilion, multiple trees down on Elizabethtown Road. Mohawk, multiple trees down blocking Route 5 westbound. So that's, I mean, that's basically where we've been looking all afternoon long, Cap, with these damaging winds and the possible tornadic activity as well.
You guys can see this at home as clearly as we can. You see this bright green and against the red. This is where we have the strongest rotation, right in here. And
not to interrupt, Cap, but there is possibly a tornado debris signature just west of Wells right now. This is what we're looking at right here. I know it's not picking up on our information here, but that is a very tight couplet. There may be possibility that there could be a tornado on the ground with some debris being lofted into the air. Looking at that.
Yeah, when we see something like that on the correlation coefficient, I know it's kind of a technical term, but the radar can actually kind of pick up different type of particulate matter, ice, rain, or even branches, pieces of buildings, things like that. What Rob is showing there near Blackbridge, very close to Wells, something the radar is picking up elevated off the ground that obviously was picked up. It's probably some type of debris. We don't know what it is. Could be just a bunch of tree branches. It could be something more significant, but something is there. We don't think it's hail. Hail we've seen today has not looked like that on the radar.
No.
And that's very close to where we have that
there's a real tight couplet just north of Blackbridge, just west of Wells right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They may have to rearrange this this tornado warning. This tornado warning may have to be readjusted to include what's happening up there around Wells. So they may expand this off to the north and east up towards Stony Creek. Because, Rob, if we put the track, let's go to box 1. And I'll switch it back over to the reflectivity. If we put a track on that storm near Wells, it's tracking up towards Warren, southwestern Warren County. We got
we do have a tornado debris signature again.
Box 2, please.
Cranberry Creek to Denny's Hollow right now, just north of Mayfield. That rotating circular image that you see there is basically our system here alerting us, saying, hey, there's some debris in this area. So we're going to look at the correlation coefficient. It's not as strong as what we just saw up north, but there is a little bit of a drop in that correlation coefficient where those colors kind of change a little bit. So it's possible that there could be or could have been some rotation there, as our computer sometimes is a little bit slower with the newer scans that are now coming in.
Yeah, I think Rob, there is something. Again, we're kind of elevated at that distance from the Albany radar, of course, and it's sometimes a little bit more difficult. But I think you're exactly right. I do think that we're getting some debris being picked up by the radar. Whether it was picked up by a tornado.
And Weather Service did just say this, the tornado warning, southwestern Hamilton, western Fulton, and the Herkimer one has been updated to say that it is a radar-confirmed tornado. So the one, I believe, for up near Wells.
And we've been talking about that storm. That's the one that came out of Herkimer County, Rob, that we were the most concerned about. So it's a confirmed tornado on radar. One thing, let's go to box one, please. Actually, come back to me on camera, and we'll talk about sometimes what happens in the Adirondacks. It's sparsely populated, and sometimes, you know, we get all these signatures of wind and rotation in tornadoes. Why don't you guys come back to me on camera? Thank you. And we don't have any confirmation, because you can drive for 5, 6, 7 miles and there's really not much there. There may be a couple of homes, a couple of camps. So sometimes it's difficult to get confirmation of damage until after the fact, maybe not right after the fact, but it may take a little while. And we see these storms move across Hamilton County. They could be doing damage over thousands of acres of forest and not impacting anybody's home or camp. So it's a little bit tricky, and Rob, we've talked about this for many years. Sometimes you see that big storm and you're wondering what it's doing. Well, it's not doing it where it's highly populated, so sometimes it's difficult to get a real fix on what's going on.
Just to mention, Cap, they are saying a confirmed tornado located near Sacandaga Campground, or 16 miles south of Speculator, moving east at about 45 miles per hour. Radar confirmed tornado, but it does mention as far as flying debris, and the tornadic thunderstorm will remain mainly over rural areas of southeastern Hamilton, west central Warren, Fulton, and northwestern Saratoga counties, including Mecco, West Perth, Sweets Crossing, Hale Mills.
This is confirmed now, radar confirmed tornado. It was the storm that we were showing up around Hope, and now I would say it's more likely up around Wells now. Would you say, Rob, like right around Wells?
Yeah, maybe just east of Wells.
Yeah, I think right now we're looking at, based on what we see on radar, probably right in here. Strong rotation. Weather Service says confirmed tornado based on radar. I don't know if we still have the debris cloud up there. It may be.
Yeah, it's not as well defined, but there is still maybe a little bit just west of Wells.
And this storm around Edinburgh, Rob, is really, this whole line in here. You said Sacandaga Park. Can you repeat that for folks, the Sacandaga Park?
Yep, it was
possible tornado.
It was near Sacandaga Campground. Or just 16 miles south of Speculator.
So we may be looking, let me see, 16 miles south of Speculator. Let me see if I can put the ruler on this. Let's get a fix on this. 16 miles south. So that's 16 miles south.
That's interesting.
It's in this area. That may be, did they have a time on that? That may be a bit of a delay.
This says at 4:39, so about 5 minutes ago.
Maybe it's this storm over by Edinburgh. You know, Rob, I mean, it could be this storm over in Edinburgh.
It could be, because, I mean, that's right where our shear marker is. That's right where there's another little couplet there. And
yeah, I would say it's more likely that storm now. It's probably has, believe it or not, has moved that far in a short amount of time. Just to recap, this is a confirmed tornado warning, confirmed based on radar. Great Sacandaga Lake up through southern Hamilton County. That's Lake, Rob, you're looking at Lake Desolation. It's
just getting that into the...
Yeah, keep that in the mix, and get the Glens Falls camera ready. We'll start to get these storms into a little more populated areas too. But we want you to be safe. We don't want you to be running out with your camera and taking pictures and videos. We want you to be safe. This storm is just crossing into Saratoga County. This storm has a history of producing a tornado all the way from Oneida County. Rome had wind gusts of 80. We're getting reports of a lot of structural damage. in Rome. I would assume so in Herkimer County as well. Fortunately, it's sparsely populated through here, so we don't get as many damage reports, thank goodness. But nonetheless, rotating thunderstorm. Strongest rotation right now seems to be on the north end of the Great Sacandaga Lake around Edinburgh.
Perhaps just east as well, Cap. They've got the our Barron button from Fayetteville to just east of Benedict and just north of Union Mills. They got some pretty good shear showing up there as well.
Yeah, I see that. This is what Rob's talking about, this shear here around Fayetteville and Benedict. Wind shear is usually associated with rotating thunderstorms as opposed to straight line winds. Usually it means there's some rotation. You can see it around Edinburgh. If we go right down in this, right into the cylinder, Northville, Clarkville, Edinburgh. I want to put the track on that, Rob, for people, just so you get an idea where that cylinder is tracking. It's flagged as a shear, moving east-northeast at 43 miles per hour. This BTI, the Barron Tornado Index of 4.8, is fairly significant. 80% chance of hail with that. We haven't seen a lot of hail. Most of the hail hasn't been that big with these storms in the Adirondacks. Edinburgh, 448, so basically now. Batchelorville, 449. West Day, 451. Day Center at 457. Allentown, 501. Conklingville, 502. And Corinth at 507. So if you're in the track of this storm, take shelter immediately. Get away from windows. Get into a basement, interior hallways. Those are the safest places to be. I want to remind people that if you have anybody out on Scroon Lake, Lake George, call them immediately. Call them now. Get them to shore. The storm is heading that way. If you have family and friends around Saratoga Lake doing any kind of boating or water activities, call them. Get them to shore now as this storm is approaching. You don't want to mess with this. These storms have a history of producing winds of 70 to 80 miles per hour, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely, Cap. Sorry, I'm just looking at the that storm moving just north of Edinburgh right now, where we have that rotation just south of West Day. And
yeah, I'm zooming in on that right now.
Looking at the correlation coefficient, there is a little bit of a drop, so it's possible that we could be talking about potentially some debris on the north end of the Sacandaga again as well.
Part of that whole system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll see that jump. The next scan will probably see that, you're right, update towards West Day. Let's go to box 2. Rob, what are you looking at by Wells again? Again, Lake Pleasant Wells. It just seems to be...
Yeah, I'm not... Between Speculator, Griffin, Gilmantown, and between Wells and Fuller's, there is some rotation in this. Again, this is... I mean, you're talking about almost 5,000 feet up, so it is up in the clouds. I don't know if it's quite lining up with the radar reflectivity on where you would typically see some rotation, but there's still definitely something in that area as it leaves our tornado warning right now and kind of moves its way into western Warren County. So we still need to be keeping a very close eye on that. And actually, there's the update just north of Edinburgh. There's our cylinder.
Yeah, we figured, Rob, that was just going to be a quick update. It was going to shift it northeastward. Let me just switch over to, stay on your box. I'm just trying to take a look. I was trying to get a view from the Tug Hill, and the view is not as good as the view we got from Albany, but it is quite a distance away.
And even into the Mohawk Valley, you know, I want to make mention, I mean, we are still seeing a strong thunderstorm here as well. There is a severe thunderstorm warning there, basically from Fonda to Glen. Likely with some strong damaging wind gusts, and perhaps, you know, there might be a little bit of rotation trying in the clouds aloft.
How's that, Rob? How's the Sprakers camera? And do you still have that handy? Just to take a look at it, because it's kind of moving through Sprakers. Let's see if we can get a view of that.
So there's Sprakers.
All right, they're obviously, now I want you to look at that carefully. You notice the grass, how it's flattened out? This is not, it updates every few minutes. But to me, that looks like there's some high winds there. I noticed the grass in the front is kind of leaning down. It got blown down, and that is a big storm over Sprakers.
Yeah, this was about 4:45, the image that you're seeing there. So
well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense that they would be getting hit hard right now. I'm
going to check some of our current wind gusts from the Mesonet. Oh, 73-mile-per-hour gust in Edinburgh right now on the New York State Mesonet.
All right.
So that is confirmed. 56-mile-per-hour gust in Sprakers right now. So again, that is confirmed as well from the New York State Mesonet.
Well, I'll tell you, there's when you have winds over 70 miles an hour, there's a lot of damage. We suspect with that weather station, Rob, is that weather station even available to look at? I mean, the camera on Edinburgh?
Give me 1 second, Cap.
Why don't you guys punch up box 1, and when Rob's ready, we'll go back to him. Edinburgh, remember, we've been talking about this area. Confirmed winds now over 70 miles per hour, so that means there is going to be damage, considerable damage across the northern end of the Great Sacandaga Lake. Might want to keep an eye on the camera there in Lake Desolation too, Rob. It's going to be getting close to there pretty soon. And where was the other report? Sprakers, 50 what?
Sprakers was 53.
53 miles per hour?
56.
56 and 73 in Edinburgh. So this storm that's heading towards Corinth and Hadley and Stony Creek, it may get right into Saratoga Springs. We're still getting winds of 55 to over 70 miles per hour. The leading edge of that, if we go to the base velocity, you can kind of see where that wind shift is.
And I'm working on getting that Edinburgh camera in.
Yeah.
Just give me a few moments.
Yeah, Rob, it's almost like, let me just go back to the SRVs. I just don't like what I'm seeing there, just east of Clarkville, around West Day. I just don't like that.
We got a tornado warning. They just expanded it.
Okay, let me zoom back out and we'll show people here. All right, folks.
Rensselaer, Saratoga, Warren, and Washington.
Here it is. We'll go back to, oh boy, it's a long afternoon, folks. This is now the tornado warning in effect. Saratoga, Glens Falls, Queensbury, most of, if not all of Washington County, extreme northern Rensselaer County until 5:30. Tornado warning in effect. Basically all areas north of Mechanicville. Everybody north, let me zoom out, all the way up to about Bolton Landing. So from Bolton Landing to Mechanicville, east into Washington County, tornado warning now in effect. These storms have a history of producing tornadoes. One in particular, we had the report of the winds over 70 in Edinburgh with strong rotation near that spot. This, Rob, I believe.
There's Lake Desolation right now in box 2.
All right, box 2, take it.
They've got some strong gusty winds right now. The rain is coming down in sheets. Looks like somebody coming on the street there driving around, probably going pretty slow. Let's
stay on this. This is northwest of Saratoga Springs. It's a higher elevation, but it's in the path of that storm that went through Edinburgh. So it is going to get hit really hard. Like right now, it should really, here we go. Here it is, Rob. Here comes that gust front. What we're looking at here is Lake Desolation. We'll stay on this. I mean, look at the sheets of rain coming. Look at the telephone wires, power lines shaking in the wind.
You can kind of make out the trees in the background. It's tough to tell with the rain on the lens there, but
yeah,
looks like somebody just pulled over. It must be that. I mean, it must be difficult to see in this right now.
Yeah, you can't even drive in this. And I mean, look at the lake. Here comes a gust. You can see these gusts come across the lake right towards Tinney's Tavern. Let me show you, if you want to go to box 2, and then we can go back to Rob at Lake Desolation. Box 2, there's Lake Desolation. So they are in it. It might have been worse, actually, a couple of minutes ago, Rob, on the leading edge, you know, when it first came in.
Yeah.
But there, okay, we got an update on the rotation here. Lakeview, let me go to storm relative velocities. I'll tell you, Rob, there is a couplet. Lakeview to Overlook,
Yeah,
Allentown.
Weather Service is saying it's beginning to tighten up again, so.
Yeah, you're talking about the
yeah.
Allentown Overlook one, Day Center?
Yeah, that is definitely.
Yeah, that to me looks like it's getting a little bit stronger. Let me zoom out. If you live in Lake Luzerne,
Hadley.
Corinth, yeah, Hadley, Danielstown, you should be taking shelter right now from the storm. Please take shelter from the storm right now. It's tightening up, and what Rob means by that, you can actually see these contrasting colors, the red and the green right here. They get closer and closer and brighter, brighter reds, brighter greens. That's what we call a couplet. Couplets mean strong rotation. The closer they are, the brighter they are together, the more intense the winds. And that's what we're seeing right now, crossing, well, it's heading towards Lake Luzerne and Hadley. So
looks like maybe the worst is past Lake Desolation. The skies, just wanted to check out the south side of Saratoga Lake as well. It looks like it's starting to get pretty dark off to the north and west. And the winds are actually flowing into the storm, it looks like, based on the direction of those flags there out on the dock, on the end of the docks.
Yeah, they're going to be getting it probably in about 15 or 20 minutes, Rob. Can we punch up, did you punch up Saratoga Lake? There it is. There's the view in Saratoga Lake. Do you have Glens Falls handy, Rob?
I do.
We'll keep an eye on Glens Falls. It's west of you, but it will be approaching you probably in about a half an hour. I mean, this is looking, I believe, west-northwest. I mean, it is dark.
And here's Schenectady. It's getting breezy, too. Seeing some reports even here in Albany, the gusts are 30, 35 miles an hour. There's Amsterdam right now.
Oh, boy.
So they're on the southern edge of this. It is still severe warned, but just no tornado, no tornadic signature, no rotation being picked up.
Yeah, if we go back to, boy, that's coming down in buckets there in Amsterdam.
Yes, it is.
Boy, oh boy. Let's go back to box 1. And we'll show you. We know Amsterdam is in it. But there's the view. Amsterdam is really getting hit hard. And there's likely a strong gusty wind with that, but that could do damage as well. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for a good chunk of Montgomery County until 5:15. Now you notice, I don't want to ignore what's happening to the south, but everything that's been going on up until this point has been north of Albany. I'm just seeing if there's any rotation to the south, Rob. Keep an eye on the Middleburg area if you could. I'm not quite sure. It looks a little bit interesting around Middleburg. But you can see heavy rain, thunderstorms, lightning, Schoharie to Middleburg, all the way down into Breakabine, Jefferson. These storms not quite packing the punch as what we're seeing off to the north of us. But there it is. Did we lose the cylinder, Rob? You still got it? No, I see it. We still got that cylinder.